In the year 2085, Susan is diagnosed with an eye condition that will require a few days to heal. She feels disappointed as she had planned a trip with her family, but now the schedule will have to be delayed. At that time, AI influencers, in the form of holographic avatars of ancient sages, have become a regular part of daily life, offering psychological consultations to people worldwide. These AI avatars are powered by advanced deep learning, having absorbed the wisdom and teachings of the sages over time. Through the latest breakthroughs in quantum physics and 5D space, AI scientists have even been able to reconstruct historical data, bringing these figures back to life in digital form. One of these avatars is of Wang Yangming, a revered philosopher of the Ming Dynasty, now serving as a psychological consultant. Susan reaches out to him for help. The avatar of Wang Yangming responds warmly, "Sweetheart, a bright and peaceful heart is far more important than anything, even your eyes. Rest assured, you'll be fine in just a couple of days." In today's world, one of the greatest struggles we face is not knowing how to settle our inner hearts. We often find ourselves anxious, restless, and overwhelmed by desires, lacking the patience and ability to steadily work towards our goals. Wang Yangming's philosophy of the mind, a key part of Neo-Confucianism, is celebrated as a remedy for the restless heart in a chaotic world and a powerful spiritual tool in difficult times. His teachings are practical, helping clear our minds from confusion, transforming hesitation into decisiveness, and bringing peace to our hearts. By focusing on cultivating a strong, resilient heart, we can experience calm joy and true inner fulfillment, even in a turbulent society. When we are caught in the worry of gains and losses, Wang Yangming reminds us, life's fortune or misfortune, life or death, are all part of fate. There's no need to let these things disturb your heart. When the mind is steady, aligned with the rhythm of the universe, even in the face of change, we can remain calm and at ease. This Confucian concept of fate is similar to what modern physics refers to as quantum information flow. Across different religions and philosophies, there are similar ideas, such as Brahman in Hinduism and Buddha nature in Buddhism, all urging us to trust in this flow of life without constantly living in fear of what may come. This is also reflected in the Buddhist idea of fearless giving. When we rush to achieve things too quickly, Wang Yangming warns us, when a tree has sprouted, simply water it according to its needs. Let it grow at its own pace, don't force it. Trying to rush growth by overwatering is ignorant. When we find our emotions fluctuating, Wang Yangming advises, when emotions like anger arise, treat them as external events. Don't hold on to them. When you let go of attachments, your heart will expand and you'll align with your true nature. This is in line with the practice of Zen. And when we face adversity, Wang Yangming reminds us, the more difficult the situation, the greater the opportunity to cultivate your heart. This is the perfect time for inner growth. As Zheng said, once you push through, you emerge as a true hero. Wang Yangming taught that life itself is a dojo and that hardship is a form of spiritual practice. Everyone encounters difficulties. Some complain, giving in to despair. Others become stronger through adversity, refining themselves into something greater. Wang Yangming himself, through countless hardships, gained incredible inner strength and the courage to overcome any challenge, becoming one of the greatest figures in East Asian history. A student asked Wang Yangming, "Is there a special technique for warfare?" Wang Yangming replied, "What technique is there? The key is to study, to cultivate a mind that remains still. If you must call it a technique, then a still mind is the only true technique. Everyone's wisdom is similar. Victory or defeat depends on whether the heart moves or stays steady. The essence here is that a strong, steady mind can lead to victory in any situation." Wang Yangming gave an example. "When we were fighting the rebels, we were at a disadvantage. I gave the command for a fire attack, but one of my men was frozen, unaware. I had to repeat the order 4 times before he snapped out of it. This person hadn't truly mastered the teachings. In a crisis, they panicked. Those who act with wisdom in the heat of the moment do so because they've cultivated their minds through study and practice." The Japanese naval hero, Tōgō, attributed his military success to Yangming's philosophy, even more so than the naval tactics he learned in England. Many of us think that earning a bachelor's, a master's, or even a PhD, or reading specialized books makes us learn. However, Wang Yangming believed that the greatest form of learning isn't found in degrees or books, but in the depth of one's own mind cultivation. Admiral Tōgō Heihachiho, one of the greatest heroes of the Russo-Japanese War, was once asked about the secret to his success in battle. Without hesitation, he reached for a seal he always carried with him, engraved with the words, "A lifetime of humble reverence for Yangming." Tōgō often said that while the naval tactics he learned during his 3 years of study in the UK were important, his true strength emerged in the heat of battle, when cannons roared and the very sky seemed to fall. His ability to remain calm and lead his fleet with composure did not come from military training. It came from the profound teachings of Yangming's philosophy of the heart and mind, especially the principle of remaining unmoved in the heart. Tōgō believed this wisdom was far beyond what any naval academy could offer. Military training is shu, the tactics. While important, tactics alone cannot guarantee victory, but Yangming's philosophy is Tao, the right mindset and wisdom. It is the Tao that ensures the tactics work, transforming a well-trained mind into one capable of navigating the chaos of battle with clarity and purpose. A historical example of remaining unmoved in the heart. During the Ming Dynasty, Wang Yangming and his students took part in the imperial examination, but all of them failed. While others were disheartened and discouraged, Wang Yangming remained calm and composed. He said, "I do not feel ashamed of failing the exam. I would feel ashamed if I allowed my heart to be disturbed by it." While others allowed disappointment to move their hearts, Wang Yangming remained steadfast, keeping his heart unmoved. In 1506, Wang Yangming, the great philosopher of the Ming Dynasty and a key figure in Neo-Confucianism, found himself pursued by assassins sent by corrupt officials of the court. After narrowly escaping, he boarded a merchant ship heading south. As he gazed out over the vast surging sea, he calmly composed a poem. All dangers, blessings, and misfortunes should not linger in the heart. These hardships and obstacles are no different from fleeting clouds drifting through the sky. In the stillness of the deep night, as the sea waves surge 30,000 miles away, I am like a Zen practitioner riding his staff under the moonlight, drifting with the wind. 仙一元不知胸中，和一幅云过太空，夜惊海涛3万里，月明飞兮下天风. In this poem, Wang Yangming expresses a profound truth. The human heart is naturally empty, a boundless space. Much like modern theoretical physics suggests, everything is quantum information. The feelings of danger, worry, or peace are simply passing moments, transient like clouds in the sky. They do not truly reside in our hearts. There is no need to cling to these mental states. This resonates with the Western philosophy of Stoicism, which teaches emotional detachment. Both ancient Eastern traditions, Confucianism and Zen, share common ground in their understanding of this empty state of mind. This idea, along with other ancient Eastern wisdom, will be explored further through the stories of Zen. Interestingly, modern physics helps us understand and make sense of many of these ancient and enigmatic teachings. Now let's explore the story of Wang Yangming's mountain flower, which bears striking similarities to Schrödinger's cat. During the Ming Dynasty, Wang Yangming was traveling with a few of his disciples on Quaiji Mountain. One disciple pointed to a flower tree in the mountain and asked, "Everything is the heart. How does this flower tree, which opens and falls on its own, relate to my heart?" Wang Yangming replied, "Before you looked at this flower, it and your heart were in the same state of stillness. But now that you see the flower, its colors become clear to you, and you realize that the flower is not outside your heart." In Wang Yangming's view, the mountain flower, which can be extended to all things, has two states: stillness and manifestation. Stillness represents the potential state of existence. He never said the flower didn't exist when it wasn't seen. When we don't observe the flower, it is in the state of stillness. But once we observe it, the flower manifests in our heart and transforms from stillness to manifestation. This mirrors Schrödinger's famous thought experiment. If we do not open the box, is the cat alive or dead? Similarly, if we don't see the flower on the mountain, does it exist or not? Wang Yangming believed that both the flower and the cat exist in a state of stillness until we interact with them. In quantum mechanics, before the box is opened, the cat is in a quantum superposition of life and death. Likewise, the flower exists in a quantum superposition of existence and non-existence. And it is only when we open the box or come to the mountain that this superposition collapses into one state. Wang Yangming's concept of stillness represents a pure, objective existence. This has nothing to do with subjective idealism that denies the objective reality of things. While Wang Yangming did not have the concept of quantum mechanics in his time, his thoughts align remarkably with quantum physics. Do ancient Eastern Zen Buddhism, Wang Yangming's philosophy, and Western Quaker beliefs seem unrelated? Today, let's explore the wisdom they offer and how they can inspire us when brought together. Wang Yangming once said that a person's inner cultivation is like the purity of gold. Even a small piece of gold, if highly pure, holds great value. Now imagine this. A PhD might be like a 1,000-gram chunk of gold ore, but if their inner strength is lacking, it's like the gold is only 30% pure. On the other hand, a village girl from a remote area with no high education but an inner strength that shines, someone who is sensible, calm under pressure, emotionally stable, and excellent at building relationships, could be like a 500-gram nugget of gold with 99% purity. So what truly matters most in life? Yangming's philosophy teaches that a bright heart is the foundation of everything. It's more important than the body, more important than material wealth, because the body and wealth are external things. Anything external, no matter how valuable, is secondary. There's a story where one of Yangming's students was suffering from an eye condition and grew quite despondent. Yangming said to him, "You're valuing your eyes and neglecting your heart." This idea mirrors a fundamental teaching in Zen Buddhism. Everyone already has the Buddha or the sage within them. It just needs to be awakened. Similarly, Quakerism speaks of the inner light, the belief that God's presence resides within each individual. But don't misunderstand. This doesn't mean material wealth should be ignored. Rather, with a pure gold heart, you'll be happier and healthier. And that inner purity will help you work more effectively, potentially bringing wealth if that's your goal. Interestingly, Western Quakers and some Zen Buddhists or Yangming followers who venture into business often make great entrepreneurs. Why? Because their focus on cultivating a pure gold heart gives them solid principles for success. Quakerism emphasizes spirituality in everyday life. It's not about ritual, it's about living your faith through action. Zen Buddhism and Yangming's philosophy share a similar belief that spiritual cultivation is found in the simple, routine tasks of life. So it's not contradictory to your work or business goals. A pure gold heart can lead not only to happiness, but to real gold. Susan, comforted by Yangming's wise words, spent the next few days in a state of calm joy. Her mind free from worry, her body healed, and her heart at peace, she's ready to travel with her family once again. Sometimes the best healing comes not from medicines, but from the wisdom of our minds, guiding us to be present, peaceful, and content in every moment.
It's all about the mind, the heart, the soul. Wang Yangming said it best, let me take control. Inner strength like gold shines brighter than the rest. Purity is the key, we pass every test. Gold's not about the weight, it's about the shine. PhD might have the mask, but not the mind. A village girl with the heart, 99% gold. She's the one who stands tall, never breaks, never folds. Wang Yangming said check the purity, not the size. That's the inner work, it's the spirit that never dies. In the darkness find the light, that's the path to clarity. Not about the fame, it's the soul's prosperity. You gotta raise your mind, elevate your view. See the world from the fourth and the fifth dimension too. Let go of the ego, let the heart unfold. You're pure gold, you're pure gold. Einstein thought he had it all, but gravity melody and light. Couldn't find a link, couldn't get it right. Became Kaluza, sent out another dimension. Now the universe makes sense, it's the new intentions. Like Buddhism's way, the sudden insight. Add one more view, now you see the light. It's the no self, the state of balance and peace, where the mind's at ease and all your troubles cease. You gotta raise your mind, elevate your view. See the world from the fourth and the fifth dimension too. Let go of the ego, let the heart unfold. You're pure gold, you're pure gold. The purest heart, more valuable than flesh. Materials, nothing, it's the soul we protect. You see through the haze, the ego fades. A bright heart's the power, and that's how we're made. Yang taught us, don't just chase the crown. It's the inner light, that's where you're found. In the failures, find your strength. In the dark, find the glow. The heart's the treasure, let it flow, let it show. Zen said it too, the Buddha's within. Awaken the truth, let the journey begin. No need for more, the answer's already there. Look within, find peace, take a breath, you're aware. You gotta raise your mind, elevate your view. See the world from the fourth and the fifth dimension too. Let go of the ego, let the heart unfold. You're pure gold, you're pure gold. Gold's not in the way, it's in the light. It's the shine that's unseen deep in the night. So keep your heart pure, keep your soul strong. The power's in you all along, all along.